Hello my friends, hello and welcome back to my channel. This is the last Tuesday of the month, and so on my channel that means I am sharing everything I decluttered for this month. It's my end of the month declutter with me video, and as always my sweet friend Cami will also be joining me sharing everything she decluttered this month. So I will be sure to link her video in my description box if you want even more decluttering motivation. Okay, so first up, I wanted to share some articles of clothing that I am getting rid of this month. And I have a pair of water shoes, which I have had for so many years. These have served me well, but they definitely have seen better days. I wore them to a water park over the summer and it ended up giving me really bad blisters because I can't really move the straps anymore. The way these are designed, you're supposed to be able to move these straps so that it fits your foot appropriately, but they've just been wet and dirty one too many times. So I did replace these with a new pair of water shoes, which I have talked about in my no buy year recap, but these I'm gonna go ahead and let go of. I also have another pair of shoes that I'm letting go of. These are just my running shoes, which I replaced these basically. Honestly, the true test is when my knees start hurting when I run. I know that means I need to replace them. That means the tread is just worn way down, and that is the case with these. So I did go ahead and replace these. I can't remember if I mentioned this in a no buy year recap that I replaced these, but this is not something that was fun to replace. I usually put off replacing my running shoes for so long because if you are into running, you might know that running shoes are not cheap. So I usually put it off way too long. Next up is a pair of jeans, and really I should have gotten rid of 2 pairs of jeans since I brought 2 pairs of jeans into my wardrobe this fall. Again, I talked about that in my no buy year recap last month, but for now I know for sure that I don't wear these very often, so I did go ahead and get rid of these. Also, when I was at Costco last time, I noticed they had really nice gloves that like winter gloves that you could use for skiing, and my daughter and I both have gloves that have seen better days. I know for sure that one of these has a hole in them, so I just thought when I saw them, I was like, this is a good time to go ahead and replace them because they were nice for a good deal, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of these that aren't in great condition. Okay, before I go on to some of my other items, I did declutter some supplements from my laundry room, but I went ahead and threw them away because they were all expired, but I will insert a clip here just showing you those supplements. I did go through that supplement bin that we had up there, and all of these are expired, and I double checked with my husband to make sure it was okay to get rid of them. Sometimes he likes to use things beyond the expiration date, but all of these, the earliest one was 2020, so I think he agreed with me that we should just go ahead and get rid of all of these, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw them away. Next up, I have some items that I decluttered from my garage. And first is this bag of parts that belonged to our previous tool organizer, like that hangs on our wall. And I had to replace that because the other one broke, and I didn't realize that I didn't get rid of the old parts. So I can go ahead and get rid of those now. I do have this paintbrush that I don't particularly like it. I have a couple other paint brushes that I like better, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I have a couple of these spouts to pour paint out of the paint cans, specifically the ones from Home Depot. They design the lid so you can put this spout on, but I personally have never liked this spout because I have a different like plastic lip thing that I've always put on the edge to help with pouring paint. So I don't know why I even agreed to take this from the guy at Home Depot, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of those. I also have a couple of these paint can openers, and I feel like they always give you one whenever you get another can of paint. So I have several in different places around my house. So I decided to go ahead and get rid of these two. I also have these, what are they? They go to picture frames. They're like little, well, I'll show you. You can attach these to the back of picture frames, and I just have several that came with frames that I don't need these, so I'm gonna let those go. And then lastly, from the garage, I have this little miniature drill, and honestly, I'm going to get rid of it because I do want to get a cordless drill, but I would like to get one that is a little bit more heavy duty than this one. I don't ever use this one. I always end up using my drill that's corded, so I'm gonna let this go. Okay, before I go on to the last few things, I have another clip to insert for you because a while back I decided to declutter some cabinet doors that I had been holding on to. You might remember that scene from another video that I shared a while back, but if not, I will go ahead and insert that clip here. Okay, so I am going to be decluttering that wood piece that I cut off and these cabinet doors, which used to be up there. Look at how committed I was. I even taped a baggie of little screws that hold the hinges in place. So yeah, those have just been sitting up in my attic probably for about 10 years now. So I feel good letting those go finally. I almost forgot to share a few things from our garage. This is one of those like timer plug situations, which we initially bought it for our Christmas lights, but we have not used it the last few years. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. This little trowel, is that what you call it? This little miniature shovel has seen better days, and so I'm gonna get rid of that. And lastly, there is this tool that helps you remove popcorn ceiling, and I only removed it in one space. It was in my laundry room, which was a very small space, and it was not a fun process. I definitely will hire someone in the future if we ever want to remove any more of our popcorn ceilings. So I decided, since this is that specific tool, that I'll go ahead and get rid of this as well. Okay, I have the last few items are just kind of random items. And first up is a pair of readers. I broke them. I dropped them on the floor and they broke. I actually got these readers on Amazon. It came in a pack of 3, and I always kept one on my nightstand by my bed, one at my desk, and one in my purse. And I just decided to go ahead and not keep one in my purse, because the one at my desk I can stick in my purse if I'm going to need it while I'm out. So I'm not gonna replace this. I think 2 is a sufficient number. The only reason I owned 3 is because it came in a 3-pack, but these I'm gonna go ahead and throw away. I have this, why can I not think of words? What is this? Oh, the battery's out. Oh, what is this called? I do have this frother that I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of. It just doesn't work well. I'll just say it that way. And I have another frother that I have on hand. The truth is, my husband was always using this one, and I got one from the Mushroom Coffee Everyday Doughs. They like sent me a free gift, and it was a frother. And I just thought my husband liked this one better. But then he ordered one from Amazon, and I'm like,
why did you order a frother?
and he said,
because this one doesn't work well.
And I said,
why don't you just use the one that I use?
And he's like,
you have one?
So I was able to return the one that he bought from Amazon, and now we both just use that one frother. So this one's gonna go. I also have this water bottle, which looks really nice. It is brand new. It is actually swag from my husband's company. I swear they send him a box like every month full of stuff, just random stuff. And sometimes it's good stuff, but none of us use plastic water bottles anymore because microplastics, you know. So we're just gonna go ahead and give this one to Goodwill. Lastly, I have this little sign that was actually inside of a picture frame. I was taking the picture frame apart to put a different, to take out the artwork and put it in a different frame. And I noticed behind the artwork that I had displayed, I had this little sign, which when I found it, it is fall, and I was like, oh, maybe I should put this out. It says sweet cider, cozy blankets, perfect pumpkins, crunching leaves, sparkling fires, cool days, and warm nights. We love fall, but I don't know. If you've been around for a while, you probably already know I'm not a huge fan of word art anymore. I didn't really have a place in mind to display this. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass this on and hope that someone else will be excited to receive it and enjoy it. Okay, my friends, that is all I have for this month's Declutter With Me video. I do hope it brought you some motivation, gave you some ideas of maybe some things around your home that you could declutter. And please don't forget to check out Cammie's video linked in my description box below. And as always, I really appreciate you watching my videos all the way until the end, and I will see you next time. Bye.